friends. Hello, hi, how are you? As you can see, we're in a different location today. If you didn't know from all the other videos I'm posting, I'm moving. And so I needed to, my office, I cannot describe to you the destruction that is happening in my office right now. Everything is being torn apart, everything is being put in boxes, and it's not suitable for filming anymore. So instead of trying to like hide that, I just decided to film out here. We're in my dining room. We're doing it, I didn't bring a mirror. Does this have a mirror in it? We're using this mirror today. This is the palette we're doing. This is Tutorial Tuesday or TALKtorial Tuesday. I think I actually might title this one TALKtorial Tuesday because I feel like people think that they're gonna be boring because it's Tutorial Tuesday, but that's really not what this is. You might still think it's boring, but it's more just like catch you up on my week and we like do a makeup look, more like a get ready with me than anything else. If you like the name TALKtorial better than tutorial, let me know. Anyway, we are going to be playing with the Sugarpill mini color fun size palette. This little guy right here. This thing is freaking adorable. I saw this online and immediately was like, I want it. I've never tried Sugarpill's formula before, but I've heard very, very, very good things about it. I've heard that it's like the most pigmented, the best ever. I want to know is if they put that same formula inside of these like mini little things, because these are much smaller pans. This is much cheaper than normal Sugarpill stuff, because normally to get their big pro palette, I think to fill that pro palette and make it your own, like you get to customize your own shades. If you don't know about Sugarpill, check out their website. They have like lots of options. But to customize your own palette, I'm pretty sure it's $110 total. So normally their palettes are very expensive, but you get massive pans and I've heard the quality is amazing. So when they were coming out with this more manageable amount of shadows, in cool colors with the Sugarpill formula, I was interested. My sinuses, I don't know if anybody else's sinuses are going bananas, but mine are. I just made some tea in my little half cousin's podcast mug. Plug. Go check out my friend's podcast. It's really fun. So the whole vibe of this is kind of like video game themed, which I do think is pretty cute, and the colors are very pretty. I looked at this, I don't know if you guys know this, I'm a Taylor Swift stan. Not a stan, but like a very big fan. I love Taylor Swift. I've been following her, God, 14 years at this point. I started listening to her when I was literally 10 years old. But Tim McGraw, first song ever, been a fan ever since. So she just came out with her, is it 7th album, I believe, which is called Lover. And I looked at this palette and it really gave me like Lover vibes. So I kind of like looked at the album art for Lover and decided I wanted to do a more Lover inspired look, like playing with these pinks and purples and blues and yellows. So I'm gonna try to use most of the shades in here, but there obviously will some that I don't use, but I'll still swatch those for you guys so you can get an idea. This palette's $29, looks really cute. Let's zoom in and get started. This is literally as close as I pretty much can get it at this point. Normally I zoom in a lot more, but we're working with what we have. I looked at the cover art for Lover. Very beautiful, very like lovery, whimsically, like pretty. So that's the vibe I want to go for. So I think how I'm going to start is take this yellow shade here, Continue, and I'm going to pack that onto my like inner corner. I also brought, I don't know if this is gonna work, but I just got this highlighter from Benefit called Cookie. I'm wearing it right now. I got this because Teresa is Dead recommended it. You should go check out her channel. She's fantastic. But I thought because this is an all matte palette, I might want to like a shimmer. I already packed all my makeup, so my options are very limited. So I'm probably gonna use this as like a shimmer shade. Oh, I also have the Midas times Julie palette. Their new collab actually too. So if I do need a shimmer shade, I could pull from that too. We'll see how this goes. I might not even want to do that. I'm gonna take just kind of a packing brush and I'm just gonna go in with the shade Continue, this kind of yellow shade, and just go at it. I've heard very good things. This is like literally my first time ever using this. I've heard very good things about Sugarpill's yellow shade and red shade. So I'm interested to see how this goes. Ooh, ooh. That's so pretty. Wait, this is so pigmented. Oh my God. Let's see how they blend. I'm interested to see too how they like blend together. How's everybody doing? My boyfriend is drafting in the bedroom right now, and normally when he's on Discord with his friends and he starts screaming, there's 2 doors between us because I'm normally in the office. Tonight there's only 1, so if you hear him yelling, I try to get him to stop. There's nothing I can do about it. There is so much happening this week. I feel like even though we've been working on the house for literally 6 months at this point. We're finally down to like crunch time, and I feel like now is the time we're doing literally everything. Like, I'm like, what did we even do the last 6 months? Because it feels like everything is kind of happening this week. We're getting our Wi-Fi put in, which is kind of the one thing. That was kind of the one thing. So the thing with the house is, if you guys don't know, I do have a whole video explaining the house situation, but just like a catch up if you don't know, because I know I've gained I've gained a lot of subscribers since I posted that video. But basically, the house that my boyfriend and I have been renovating is, I think it was made in like the 20s, and nobody's lived in it since. There's a discrepancy if it's been the 60s or the 80s, but nobody's lived in it for over 20 years, maybe more, you know. Nobody's lived in it for a really, really, really long time. It needed a lot of work and a lot of renovations, and that's what we've been doing, is renovating it. The biggest issue for me was obviously because this is like my thing, YouTube, like this is what I do all the time. I was kind of like, I can't move in anywhere if I don't have electricity and if I don't have Wi-Fi. And the problem was, when we first got into the house, I think it only got like 60 amps of power to the entire house, which the standard is like 220 amps. So you couldn't even plug in a blow dryer without just being absolutely screwed at this house right now. I'm gonna go in with this pink shade to level up and kind of blend and pack that in. Ooh, that was pretty. To this yellow. So you couldn't have even, when we first started working on the house, you couldn't even like plug in a blow dryer, or you were just screwed. So we got that fixed pretty early on, and the house itself can take more power now. But the problem is the individual rooms still can't really, they don't work for like power. Like there's not direct power source. There's not enough power to like power my lights, power my computer in the individual rooms, especially in the upstairs. And so what's happening is Charles's stepdad is pretty good at like doing electrical stuff. So he's come up with a plan for me. He's been so accommodating, because I literally have been like freaking out about this, and he makes me feel a lot better about it. But he basically came up with a plan of action where we are going to run like a really long extension cord from the direct sat power source in the basement all the way up to my office on the second floor. So it's going up 3 flights of stairs just to get power temporarily to that room, so that way when we move in, I can still do all of this from the house. We're really lucky because when we found out about this house, we were about to re-sign that we were like gonna do this whole house project. We were about to re-sign our lease for this current apartment. We made the decision, which was a little risky, we made the decision to sign a 6-month lease with this apartment and just hope that the house was done in time. That's kind of always been our timeline, was about 6 months. And we're now September, technically our lease is up September 30th. However, at the beginning of September, Charles is starting his first job. We're going to Texas for a wedding, and I'm also going to Boston to see Nisa. So all of our weekends are basically full. So we wanted to do the big move before in August, and then we have time to like clean up the apartment, fix any like holes in the walls, we can get our security deposit back, like all of those things. So we're lucky that we gave ourselves, I'm gonna go in with this Rage Quit, this more fuchsia. We're lucky we gave ourselves just like a little bit more time to actually get everything. But so the electricity is happening in the downstairs this week, and we're getting the like temporary electric solution to the upstairs this week. We're getting Wi-Fi this week, and our shower is getting turned on this week, and we are getting it so the stove is ready to be like installed, and all the appliances in the kitchen are ready to be installed. So we're getting our front door put on because we haven't had a working front door this whole time. So everything that needed to happen is kind of like coming together, and it's super, super, super exciting, but also kind of scary because I start my first week of school. I started school the day you're watching this. I'm in class right now. I'm in my first class of my senior year of high school. Not high school, oh my god. My first class of my senior year of college. It's kind of scary, not that I don't trust Charles, but it's scary to not be like able to go to all of those things and like help make decisions if decisions need to be made, because I'm not like a control freak, but I am a perfectionist, and I like to have input on things like this. Like I like to just like be aware of what's going on with the situation. I'm gonna go into this purple Player One. This is very pigmented and very pretty. Oh my god, look at that purple. So it's definitely been like a little bit nerve-wracking to know I won't be able to help out that much this week because I'm gonna be in classes and doing doing internship stuff, and we're currently like packing everything, and it's kind of weird because it's like our kitchen probably isn't going to be done by the time we move in, so we might have to just move the entire kitchen like a separate day because we'll still have the apartment for a month. It's kind of confusing, but we're figuring it out. Like we are figuring it out, which is good. It's just also like a lot. I'm gonna go in with 8-bit, this blue. Oh my god, it's like a periwinkle. Periwinkle is my favorite color. And I'm bringing this down to kind of complete where the yellow started, bringing this down. I've been trying to vlog, but the one thing I tried to vlog ended up being bad. I'll give you an abridged version. I might have to like go off on some people because, so I've talked before about my office and all the plans I had and like the stuff I was gonna buy. And even though I had found a cheaper realtor for like vanity mirrors, the super pretty like impression vanity mirrors, I had found an Etsy dealer who did them for much cheaper, but they didn't have enough reviews for me to like feel comfortable spending that amount of money just because I wasn't sure if it was gonna actually end up being what I thought it was gonna be. However, Impressions Vanity has tons of like amazing reviews. Everybody uses them, like everybody has positive experiences with them. And so I decided at the end of the day, they were having like a really big sale, and the mirror that I have been like wanting and looking at was on the sale. So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go for it and get this mirror. And it was expensive. Like it was more than I would normally spend on something like that. But I also like have been saving for the past 8 months since we knew we were getting the house. I've been putting money aside so that way I can buy the furniture that I want to buy, basically. So I had the money and I was like, I should just buy the mirror that I want, like it's on sale, whatever. So I bought it. I'm just gonna take a clean like blending brush and just kind of very lightly, because I like that there's like space, but kind of just lightly blend all of these together. So I finally got the mirror, like bit the bullet, paid the price for it, and I was like tracking it and like intensely look, you know how it is when you buy something expensive, and I was so paranoid it was gonna like break in transit and it was gonna have this issue, and like I brought it over to, I like got it, I took it up to the new office at the new house. I like was I vlogged it. I was like so excited. I like unboxed it. I like was so overjoyed and excited. Like could not have been more excited because I've wanted one of these mirrors for like 3 years. Like could not have been more excited. Plugged it in, like went to turn it on, doesn't work. And then I was like, okay, maybe because the electricity, as we just talked about, maybe that's low. Plugged it into every other outlet in the house, doesn't work. Brought it to my apartment, plugged it in, doesn't work. So the mirror just doesn't work. And nothing's like, nothing outwardly is broken. None of the mirrors are broken. None of the bulbs are broken. Like everything looks okay. Just doesn't work. So that's been a bit of a downer. I've been emailing Impressions, and the only thing they've sent me back so far is this link to this like help desk that they were like, this should answer your question, and it didn't. So I emailed them back and I was like, didn't, and they haven't answered me, and I emailed them 3 times. I'm just nervous. I hate when stuff like this happens. Like I hate when I had a plan and I had a plan of what I was gonna do, like everything should have worked out, and then it just like didn't, like especially because there's so much other things going on. I think what I'm gonna do actually, no, I'm just gonna mimic down here what I did up top basically. I thought maybe I could add this, no, maybe I will, because this will be fun. I might add a little bit of cheat code and Twitch. Oh, that's cute, Twitch. I think I'm gonna do cheat code on the outer part of my lower lash line and then Twitch on the inner part. These are very pigmented. That happened. So I haven't really vlogged because that ordeal happened. I don't really like to be super negative on my channel when it comes to like my life and like complaining about things that are very obviously like first world problems. Like, oh, my vanity mirror doesn't work. But like at the same time, it is super frustrating, and I really hope that they'll like rectify the situation. I'm a little worried because I'm gonna go in with cheat code. Oh no, Twitch, sorry. I'm a little worried because on their website it says you have to like send them a picture of the damage, but there's nothing outwardly wrong with the mirror. It just like doesn't work. I'm a little nervous they won't take that as like a valid thing, so I don't know what I'll do if that happens. I'd be really mad, honestly. Just be really mad. If you see me aggressively tweeting at Impressions Vanity, you know why. All right, I think I'm done with this look. I kind of love it, but I'm not actually done because I have to do a shimmer shade on the lid because it looks a little silly. So I think what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna go in with Cookie. This is a highlighter from Benefit, but it's literally become my favorite thing ever. It's beautiful, so pretty, and I'm kind of more just gonna pack this in like the middle, just where I don't have like any color, because with the yellow and the purple, I kind of like brought it down. What's everyone's top like 3 songs from Lover if you're a Swiftie? I think mine, I love Paper Rings. I forgot that you exist. I know Paper Rings might have been like stolen. I don't know the tea on that, but I love this song. And I'm like, I did music for a really long time, and I like I wouldn't, saying I'm a musician sounds very pretentious, but I am very well versed in music, and I'm very much of the opinion that at this point in where music is, it is very hard to come up with a all completely original hook. So when I hear pop artists being like, well, they copied this other pop artist, it's like, well, you can only put so many chords together in so many like you can only do so much, but whatever. Maybe there'll be like another court case like the Katy Perry thing. Anyway, I love Paper Rings. I Forgot That You Existed. So good. I really like The Man, but I understand it might be like a little, some people might think it's like a little cringy. I think I'm gonna also take the same brush, just wipe off the shimmer a little, the yellow, and kind of blend it into the shimmer a little. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the purple side. I'm gonna get like much closer to the camera in a second so you guys can actually see this up close, but first I'm gonna do lashes and eyeliner, and then we will be back for the final thoughts. Okay. So this is the final look. I actually love it. I definitely think if I had like, I feel like I blended it out pretty well. And I'm glad I did the green under the eye because I think it makes it pop kind of nice. I think the only thing that I need to work on is making it so things don't come up to my eyebrow because I just feel like it doesn't look great on me. But overall, I love how the shadows performed. I mean, they were so shimmery. This eyebrow came out like trash. Don't talk to me about it. All right, we're gonna do a quick little montage and then we'll be right back for final thoughts on the palette. All right, friends, so that is going to be it from me. This was my Tutorial Tuesday. Overall thoughts on this palette. I think if you were interested and the formula's fantastic. It's so good, and I think this is actually a very manageable amount of color. I also think these are relatively unique colorful shades. It's not just like a rainbow. This blue is like periwinkle. This is like a gorgeous super pale purple. You have a more like pinky and a more fuchsia. Greens are both very distinct. All of these colors look very different, and I think that's really cool. I think the palette itself is really cool. I think if you have the, what is this, $29? I think I paid $28 for this. Not bad at all. Honestly, for the quality that's packed in this little guy, I think it's pretty good. Sometimes with little palettes, I get them and I'm like, are you kidding? Because they're so small. This is like about the size of my, like bigger than my palm, which is what I want in a little palette. If it's smaller than my palm, I don't understand why I spent money on it. But anyway, I really like this. This is definitely, not that anybody cares what I think, but it's me approved. So yeah, I love you guys so much. I hope you like this video. I hope you guys have a great week. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or just subscribe, or do neither. Honestly, just so happy you're watching me. Thank you so much for being here. My merch, my social media, and everything that I'm currently wearing on my face, including this little palette, will be linked down below, along with a link to register to vote. Make sure that you go down there, register to vote. You can vote in your local, your state, your federal elections. It's a quick Google search away to find out when they are. And also, if you're not an American citizen and you can't partake in our elections, make sure you're staying up to date on what's going on in your country, what's going on in your part of the world. Make sure you're participating in your government in whatever way in whatever capacity you can, because it's very important. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!